If Trump is arrested, how do you think his supporters will react? My boss will respond by ranting and then follow up with continuing not knowing how to rotate a Probably surprised, considering the number of times people claimed he'd be arrested and he wasn't. I'd be surprised too. The walls are closing in. Pretty much every political pundit left of Mitt Romney by this point. His mugshot will be the dankest meme of all time, and the height and weight stats as part of the booking process. This was his plan all along. It's part of 100-dimensional chess. It's all so that the other guy can get really arrested. This is probably the most realistic amongst the Q crowd. Add the word cabal and vampires somewhere in there. This, since it's been proven and everyone knows who doesn't get led along by Trump and Biden have done a face-off. It's really Trump who's president, disguised as Biden. Promises made, promises kept. And it will be Biden going to jail, even though he looks like Trump. John F. Kennedy Jr., Michael Jackson, and Robin Williams are going to be the ones to announce this to the world on live TV, on Newsmax, from their secret headquarters underneath the Four Seasons Landscaping Company. People don't realize how anticlimactic it will be. Trump and others, and making a big show, saying the FBI is going to bust down his door at Mar. Largo, and drag him away in handcuffs. That won't happen. The DA will contact his lawyers to let them know they have issued an arrest warrant, and they will schedule a date for Trump to turn himself in. He goes to the police on that. He's fingerprinted, mugshot taken, and processed. He'll then be arraigned and released on his own recognizance. All this will be worked out beforehand by his lawyers and the DA. He might fight extradition in Florida and possibly win with the right judge. But then he will be arrested whenever he goes back to Nice, which he has to at some time. Even once he's arraigned, it will take years for the case to go anywhere. Case in point, Ken Paxton has been awaiting trial for years. This is just homemaking noise for his constituents. My understanding is extradition is only to confirm the court has the right person. It's about identity. Not sure any judge will go astray of that rule. Otherwise, you are correct. It will be very underwhelming. Wow, someone with an actually reasonable take. Congrats. Presumably, Tuesday is relevant because it's the day he's supposed to turn himself in. Otherwise, why would he even have a date? Not sure, but I feel like we'll finally get a true understanding of what the battery life on a rascal scooter is. They are merely the pawns, a distraction for the higher levels on the chessboard. I expect to hear several mentions of Hunter Biden's laptop. It's funny how people will say someone else broke the law, so Trump shouldn't go to jail. It's like you're on trial for murder, and your main defense is there are other murderers. If Hunter Biden broke the law, he should face the consequences of that. Arrest him and give him a fair trial, just like Trump should get. This isn't hard. Lots of social media posts with excellent punctuation of factual information, and lots of the in your car screaming at your phone, acting tough genre of TikTok videos. There will be blood shed in the streets. The heavens will open and fire will rain from the sky. Entire civilizations will be destroyed. The world will be plunged into darkness. People will resort to cannibalism. Demons will emerge from the depths of hell and consume our children. Brendan Fraser will get his Oscar revoked. It will be chaos and madness. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. I expect them to let the judicial process play out and hold off on any highly emotional response until the case has concluded and prosecutors have had an opportunity to explain their side of the story. After all, Trump supporters are famous for being calm, well-informed, and level-headed. I didn't think it was satire until I got to let them. They'll whine on social media and wait for Fox to build them a counter-narrative they can run with. They'll blame wokeness and the usual targets. Then they'll claim exoneration when he's released on his own recognizance in a few days. The only interesting question is what DeSantis will do. If he muddies Trump's extradition from Florida, he could get in trouble with the feds. If he lets the Manhattan DA take him, then he risks the wrath of my government. Ooh, that will be fun to watch. They will blame everyone except the guilty party. They'll make excuses for why his crimes are not really crimes. They'll point the finger and try to say other people who haven't committed crimes are criminals. They'll attack law enforcement and DAs and demand to defund them. Then they'll claim to be the party of law and order. loudly and ineffectively. It's baffling that he still has supporters to bitch. How many people cared about George W. Bush after he left office? I miss the days when the president left office, and we all forgot about them. His simps are still hanging on. Its simps are still hanging on. It's sad. I have an acquaintance who's borderline obsessed with Trump. Trump profile pic on FB, MAGA covers, regular Trump posts, the whole thing. We're European. The man's cult of personality is utterly baffling. No joke, storm a federal prison to let him out like some French Revolution thing.